Alright, I think we're good. Yes, okay. Alright, hi everyone. It's been a while. Like 2 months since the last episode of Persona 4. I guess I just needed to take a break from the series because a lot of it recently has just been mindless grinding. But now we're back, and I actually have a lot of shit to talk about. Games like Persona or SMT have essentially just become a great place for me to just talk about something that I'm really passionate about, which is politics. You know, there's not really a lot of space to talk about that when playing something like Ace Attorney, but here, when we're mostly just doing dungeon crawling, which is what we're going to be doing, it's great fun. There's, oh my god, so much stuff to talk about. My god. So, yeah, probably won't get into politics for like a little bit. You know, I want to just, you know, take like the first half hour to just get into the game, you know, get my bearings once again since it's been a while. And then after that, we'll probably start talking about some stuff. By the way, I have a second channel, which I'll link in the description. I don't think I have, but I will. Actually, you can find it on the YouTube. And that's where I usually post clips from the streams where I end up talking about politics. That's, you know, it's a good place to, you know, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, to just have those kinds of clips. There's gonna be some good clips from today's stream I have. So, yeah, anyways, let's head right into it. Let's get rid of Burn My Dread. Yeah. Persona 4. It's been a while. My god. Yeah, what save file are we? Grave of Hollow Memories? I think this is the one, right? The Hollow Forrest? I have no idea. Also, I'm wearing a jacket because I have to turn off my heater because it's so fucking loud to stream. And this is gonna get pretty cold. I think the temperature outside is... well, yesterday it was like 5 Fahrenheit. You know, that's -50 centigrade, which is disgusting. Holy fuck, that's terrible. Yeah, so we're kind of low on SP here. I'm not sure what we're supposed to do about that, you know? We can go to June's, we can go shopping. I guess June's for grinding. I don't know what we're supposed to do about the SP problem, you know? But let's take a look at what we can. Just good thing to just run through the different features. Because we do need to start leveling ourselves up if we want to have a chance at beating this dungeon. Because it's a pretty tough one. We're at 74. Beelzebub in a bit. Never been a fan of Beelzebub in these. Yoshitsune at 74 would be really nice. I mean, nullifying physical is already huge. Not to mention, completely completely nullifies half of the insta-kill abilities in the game, one element, and strong against another one. Literally, you can only deal full damage on me with Ice and Wind. So, and he also just has a really great agility and damage output. So, I would say, yeah, Yoshitsune might be worth grinding out for. Especially since, do we have? No, we do not have any tower levels, I don't think, right? Who the fuck is the tower in this game? Now that I think about it. I don't think we've ever even started that. Star. Hongyo Key would be later on. I don't think that's a bit too far off. What about just regular stuff, like going by level? Ice is the highest level one we could theoretically do. She's okay. She's really good fucking stats, but I'm not a fan of her, her abilities and stuff. I need someone with SP. That would be good. Possible. What is old one? Enervate. No, status effects are gone. Perna. Satan. God, I forgot how big Satan. Yeah, Satan would just be able to deal massive damage. Saturnus. And right now, we could do Odin. That is something that we could do. Actually, just to check, do we have any tower levels? We do not. We have not even started the tower socialing, so we'll be getting no bonus XP. That's fine. Yeah, so Odin. Let's see. Theo Magaru nullifies 2 elements, but so yeah, he's just wind and lightning damage boy, which I mean he is a pretty fucking strong boy, I will have to say that much. Arabaki for but he for nullification of okay, yeah, I'm sticking to my guns. I am going to try for Yoshitsune, which means we need 1 more level, and we need to get a couple more characters. 2 of them we have in the compendium, so that's fine. So we might not even afford them, but I need Hachiman, Masakado, Okatsuni Nushi, and Hitokuto Nushi. So, okay, let's just check to make sure we have the right stuff for them. Obviously, Shikioji we already have. Let's look for Hachiman under the Hierophant. By Arcana, please. Hachiman, level 70. And yeah, we can fuse him. So, in fact, we probably should just to, you know, make sure we have the... Just start working towards it. So, we could get rid of... I don't even know what characters are in my party right now, because I just haven't played this game in so long, so I should just check to see what we've got going on here. So Kaguya is our main persona at level 79, with, yeah, just massive magic damage. Yeah, 80. And yeah, she's mostly a healer. Yeah, okay. So she heals and supports. Gabriel for insta-kills. Yeah. Uriel, I think, fire damage. Horus. Horus seems like he's probably our main damage dealer. Yeah, with Megadolon. Ooh, Automasaku? Actually, no, I think Horus might be for, we might have Horus for Golden Hand. That would make sense. Loki for good, Loki seems to have some... Shikioji, we're gonna need him for the... Melchizedek, he's just hanging out. He's not really that useful. Neither is Hellbiker or Karatekeya. Sure, it is like a really high-level persona, but... Well. Okay, so I have a pretty good grasp of the personas we have now. Let's start working towards Yoshitsu. So step 1 is Hachiman. So what are the few? Shikioji can't do that. Gabriel, Uriel, Karatekeya. Uriel is pretty strong, so we would need to make sure we inherit those abilities. That would be fine. Can't do that one. Again with this one. Horus and Belial, but not enough inheritances to inherit everything that we want. Might be nice. Give him that Agadine as well. Depends. Kyoji, Melchizedek. Akia, nope. Nope. Okay. So, I'm between doing this one, which gets rid of... Either way, we need to get rid of Gabriel. So, let's just see what abilities I can give him, you know? That gives me 4. I'll buy for those. 4. Definitely give you Agadine. To, you know, do fire damage. Divine Grace. Diorama. Mahama Mamudo, that's Energy Shower, and Nerd Dark. They're also weak. And yeah, just give him that Agadine to make him a bit more versatile. seems pretty decent, right? But I just want to check to see if we need Hellbiker for any other. Like, okay, Masakado of the Tower. Tower is it? Masakado. How can we make... Kaguya, nope, nope, nope. Uriel Horse Seth, no. Izadek Seth Surt. Okay, perfect. We've got Masakado and Hachiman. Alright, yeah, let's get Hachiman. And we'll work. So we're doing the Hellbiker fusion. You're taking Odin, you're taking Mahama, you're taking Mamudo. Aeon Rain is useless. The Diorama is useless. Energy Shower, High Counter, Divine Grace, yeah, take Endure Dark for that Dark Week. You will be unable to bestow additional power. Yeah, that's... And... Upgrades, people. Upgrades.
I am Hachiman. I will go with you to the brighter future.
Cool. Hachiman has gained additional power. Oh! Strength and magic increase. Nice. So wait, is the fusion forecast just increased stats? That's actually pretty cool. Oh, let me see. Yep, just bonus stats, which is... It is nice that they have that, so that your personas are a little bit stronger if you're fusing them. Try to... Since Hollow Forrest needs to be fit. Okay, that is very nice. Yeah, let's then do... Masakado. Melchizedek, Seth, and Surt. The only thing we need from here is not really anything, to be fair. Wind is covered. Fire is covered. There's not really anything I need from. Oh, both physical and fire. That's actually. Yeah. Skills. I mean, I guess I'll take Garudine? I'll just take Garudine and... Dairahan, I guess. He doesn't need counter because he nullifies... That. Nice. Okay. Accidentally hit the button on my keep. That is... it should be fine. They just double. Yeah, I can see the mic. We're good.
Who dares call me? You have the strength to penetrate this accursed darkness. Of my interest, whelp. I am Masakado. I will lend you my power.
Very cool. Fusion forecast, yep. Strength and magic increase. Nice. This is also going to help clear up our inventory so that we have space for other personas. So now, Okuni Nushi from the Emperor and Hitoko Kotonushi from the... Let's do Emperor first. We can't fuse them. Very nice. So with our current personas, we are unable to fuse them. That's fine. We'll be getting some more personas soon. And then Hito of the Hermit. No, we also can't fuse him. And what are the compendium costs? Just to check. I know I can't afford them, but I'll check anyways. You 16,000. My God, we're at 2,000. Jeez. Then the other one, 16,000. So in order to do compendium, we would need 32,000 yen. That's quite a lot. Register a persona. Okay, well, I guess we're heading into the dungeon now. Enter memories of love, memories of parting. Memories of parting? Senpai, come back safely. Promise me. Hey. This is the second floor, I think? I'm not sure. But... we need SP region, right? Yeah, Invigorate. That's what we've been using to restore our SP, right? Yeah. My god. I know, this lack of SP is really fucking dumb. Nope, I think I just went into the first floor. Stupid of me, but it's fine. We're grinding anyways. Not like it's a big deal. Yeah, right back into the floor. Oh, not that you get a pack when you open.
Nice! There's an enemy weak to wind.
Shut up, Reese. Weak to wind, you said. Oh, alright. That's... actually, what do we have?
This one's very weak against electricity.
Thanks for that. Yeah, it's just weak against everything. I don't think we have any magic, any any elements.
I couldn't defeat it. Last one. Go for it.
I really don't want to use my fucking mana because we're trying to regen. God. Teddy, you do. Let's see if we can finish him off with a single magic.
Enemy down.
Just say the word and it's bear time. Why?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. We're trying to knock him down.
Damn, couldn't finish it.
Can we stun this? God
Got back
damn
up.
it.
Defeat it fast.
And that's why we block people.
Someone finish this one off.
Anyways, this guy's low level. We can just beat him.
Guys. Woo, you're up. Time for a counter
Because
attack.
we need to regen that SP pretty fucking badly. Defense up, that's fine. I'm not at risk. As long as I'm not at risk of dying, we should be fine.
Persona.
Ooh, hi Risa. What you doing? Okay, he's done.
Persona.
Oh, Rise's working overtime today. God damn. Oh, Rise, you fucking mad woman. I love you so much. That is actually just what we needed. Holy shit. Power charge. Okay, finish him off this round, please. Alright, Teddy, boo. Yeah, we should try to make sure we end every fight with more SP than we came in, because, oh right, we lose half of our SP after every fight, too. That's retarded. I forgot about that. Let's do change the persona. Wrong. Go for a full sweep. Well, the full would have actually been quite nice earlier, but I guess. I will be there. So I know that we don't go in with any equipment, right? Yeah. Fire Joy. Oh, right. So yeah, this is entirely... we have to grind everything from... Alright, okay. The Fire Joy... oh, 3 fire resist. That's actually pretty nice. Grief Stone... okay. But yeah, we need to use these SP. We don't even get to use our costumes. I completely forgot about that. Like Joy. We have the Sorrow Stone. Wait, you mean to tell me Kanji has the most SP regen out of all of us? Why? What? That's retarded. Hold up. I need that shit. Not you. The fuck? Hey, how's it going, Narukami? Teddy... yeah, Teddy also has the Sorrow Stone, as he should. Why was I I the only one without a Sorrow Stone? That's ridiculous! I'm the one that needs SP the most! Yeah, Persona 4 stream. It's been a while, but I think I just need to take a little bit of break from the series, because literally all we're doing is just grinding right now. You know? What about we have consumable SP items, but I want to use those for, you know, actual fucking, you know, for like, prepare for boss fights. Might be worth actually just popping a heal on everyone. How you can do that. Almost done with the best of? Well, I mean, there's gonna be more episodes coming your way, so you know. So yeah, if you want, once grinding sucks, but the others not showing up anymore, it's kind of... It is! They just got bored of it, which... Understandable, I suppose, with all the grinding we've been doing, you know? But yeah. But yeah, if you want, when you're done with the compilation, if you send it to me, I can put it up on the channel if you... But, you know, if you want to keep that on, like, your own channel, that's... Just, giving you options here.
That enemy's weak. Ooh,
Either way,
this enemy's
I'll
weakness
definitely,
is wind.
link it to everyone on the Discord. Okay, yeah.
Beat it to a pulp. Keep going, guys. You okay, Senpai?
He critical?
Hang in there.
Motherfucker. That's fine.
Woo, you're up. Time for a counterattack.
Alright, sounds...
Hey, Kanji, wake up.
Not sure if that will work, actually. I don't think Discord allows you to send files that big. So...
Beat it to a pulp.
We'll have to think about how we can do the file transfer once it's actually
Are
done.
you okay? Someone heal him.
Okay.
You mess with the bull, you get the horns.
Senpai, you're low on health. Be
Who's
careful.
next? He's next. Okay. That's not next. Oh, we might actually die from this. Actually, we can knock him down.
Come on
It's fine.
down.
Enemy down.
Just say the word, and it's go time. It's my turn.
Plus the sound effects. Miss doing the POV joke. Yeah, it doesn't work if there's not other people.
Very well.
What if I upload it to Google Drive? That would work, yeah. Just upload it to Google Drive and then send me the link, and then, yeah, I'll just download it and upload it.
Serves him right.
Okay, he's just buffing him.
Last one. Go for it.
Someone finish this one off!
Careful, guys. You're really low on health.
Yeah, Bufudine, this should count. Yep, perfect. Kikakudori. Ooh, Persona level up, that's what I'm looking for. I should have taken... Oh, I didn't see that we had the star. I should have taken Moon, then star. Oh, God, motherfucker. Okay. Finish the Arcana. Finish the Persona. Yeah, I'll take a cert. Good for fusions. Honestly, at the rate we're going, we might not even need to fuse anything else. Kaguya's just gonna fucking dominate everything on her own. Spellmaster. Oh, that's so good! My god, but what do we get rid of? We could get rid of Mahamon. We have that on other personas. We can't get rid of Madarahan. She's like our main support. Got my P4, PS2 playthrough for the Vita version. Cheap. Heard of Ridge Racer? No, I don't think I have, or maybe if I have, I'm just not remembering. Can you refresh my memory? No fire. That's pretty good considering just get rid of your only weakness, but I also have the Jimbei, which gets rid of that too. Sakura Karn, Berry that reflects magic damage once. Yeah, we need Sakura Karn, Tamara Karn, Maruka Kaja, since she's our, like, boss healer. Or does defense from state? I might get rid of Mahamons. We don't really need it. Right? So yeah, let's get rid of that. Spell Master. You. Because now, oh, Madarahan for 15 SP is so cheap. All our SP problems gone, just single-handedly with one skill. It's so good. So good. Santaru pedal. What is that? Ah, okay, so the seeds and petals allow us to restore SP, and we find them pretty abundantly. Okay. I'll save those for boss fights. But now when we're in memories. Okay, yes, I did start at the wrong. Enemies abound.
This enemy's weak to darkness.
Yeah, okay. Fine. Up over to Hachiman. Right? Yeah.
3 enemies left.
Okay.
You can win this.
Shima!
Come on! Easy clap. No XP, half money. You have no money. Doesn't seem like a nice trade-off. No, I'll just take the SP up here. I mean XP up. Because we are trying to get to level 75 for Yoshitsune. Really good racing series, isn't it anymore? I've never played it. Yeah, how are we doing? I mean, 14,000. Not too bad. Oh, we don't have a fun. Yeah, this dungeon is a pain in my ass. Holy fuck. Oh, yep, I can tell.
Nice! There's an enemy weak to wind. This enemy's weakness is light.
We can get rid of these guys, but I don't think so. Instead, yeah, let's just use, like, yeah, Mazio should take care of this pretty good.
I couldn't defeat it! 4 of them. You need to thin them out.
I'll get it next time!
Gran Turismo, Need for Speed are always way more known.
Kanji, that was great!
Nah. My favorite racing game will always be Flat Out. Can't beat that one. Can't beat the OG.
Come on down!
Burnout! Burnout's pretty good
You
too.
got some smooth...
Now's our chance for a beatdown! On and ready!
Get him!
Bring it on!
You can beat their shit like a handicap UFC match. And shuffle skill level up. Is there any skill we can level up? I don't know. Oh, Agidine became Maragadine. That's not really an upgrade. Why is Dairahan more expensive than... Oh, because it's on a different... That makes a modicum of sense, even though I hate it. It's cool with the destructive car aspect. Yeah, no, flat out is great, just because the cars just get absolutely wrecked, and like, if you crash, your fucking dude will like go flying out the front windshield and ragdoll and smack into shit and fucking die. It's incredible. And it has some really good like bonus modes as well, like derbies and shit, and like really cool bonus modes aside from basically.
I couldn't defeat it.
It's so stubborn!
So I should probably swap to
Kanji's been
Kaguya.
hit. Someone
That
help
would
him.
probably be smarter. Whatever. Get your
give as
tongue
good as
off
I
of me.
got,
That is
damn it.
sexual assault.
4 of them. You need to thin them out.
So uncivilized.
4 enemies.
Just on and ready.
Is everyone ready? Get set.
Like I'd say no.
Go! Knock them out!
Nice. Here, Kana. Cool. Chest key, yes. That. How did I come up with my team comp? Like party members or personas? Which team? Here. Back for that chest. Ooh, Fire Joe. That's also. Do we have anyone here who's weak to fire? I mean, either way, it's an upgrade. I already have that up. Okay, not Naoto. She's null to fire. Okay, so just give it to like either one of them. It's cool. I guess I'll give it to Ted's. Party members. So, you know, obviously we start out with the basic party, then we unlock Kanji after a little bit, right? And Kanji is in early game deals better physical damage than Chie deals, right? Chie actually scales better late game from what I hear, but Kanji is a lot better early game, and so I decided to swap them out. Now, what I didn't realize was the fact that, you know, I would need to actually, like, level up like, if I was smart, what I would do is I would grind on all my characters, level them all up, and then use the right ones. Like, oh, I'm going into a boss that has a weakness to lightning. Okay, I'll bring Kanji, right? Like, bring the characters appropriate for each boss. But I was too lazy for that, so I decided, okay, I'm just gonna grind out one fucking team, and I was like, alright, right now I need Kanji to get me through this early stages, which then just translated to he was higher level than Chie, so I just stuck with him, rather than making Chie play catch-up. After that, I unlocked Teddy, and the thing is, right, Chie was ice damage on top of just doing physical, right? She did physical and ice damage. What's the Pain Stone? Is that worse than what we have? Okay. Yeah, significantly. Okay. Yeah, so we had lost our ice damage, right? So we had Kanji, who was lightning, Yukiko, who was fire, Yosuke, who is wind, right? Then Teddy comes along, and he deals ice damage and healing. So I thought, would be
There's an
nice,
enemy weak to wind.
Battery's gonna die, no! See, I'm actually not sure why I swapped out, Yukiko with Teddy. I mean, at the end of the day, we end up covering the exact same, heals and skill levels. I think I may have swapped them because I think maybe I was under-leveled. So, because obviously when you get a new character, they come at a predetermined level, right? I think I was under-leveled when I beat Shadow Teddy. So, the Teddy that I got ended up being higher level than Yukiko, so I think that's why I swapped in it. But I'm not sure. It might have been something to do with some of his initial skills. I'm not sure. He does have some good buffs. So, that's how I ended up having Teddy. And then when I got, so yeah, my party ended up being Yosuke, Teddy, Kanji. But then I got Naoto, and Naoto just has really good potential for insta-kills as well as defensive. Like, Naoto's really good with what are they called? Yeah, lightness, dark, Megadolon, physical attacks, and Macrocarn and Tetracarn. These two abilities have single-handedly carried me through entire boss fights. Just these two. They are that good. So I ended up... So that's why I have the party that I have now. It was mostly just I picked what was stronger at the time and then kept going with that rather than going for what would be stronger later on if I stuck with it. No?
It's quite tenacious. 4 enemies left. Don't give up.
Any... I don't know. Yeah, Yosuke is pretty fucking mid. This makes sense considering he's like your star character.
Die already.
Your weakness is it's weak to fire. This should be easy.
Yeah, it's just weak to
Teddy's
all.
totally pissed off. Calm down.
So let's pop another Mahama. Nice.
Okay, it's showtime. Are you ready?
Are you ready? Here goes!
I still don't understand how they somehow managed to make the all-out attack animation worse in this game from Persona 3. Like, you didn't have to change it. You could have just left it as it was. Aeon. Lose an earned card. So yeah, take you. Then take Star. Cancels that out. Then Aeon. And then we just grab everything. Hungry, hungry hippo. Drillinger. Deck. How are we doing with our Persona? We have a full deck, so might actually be worth going back out. See if we can fuse anything. Not yet.
There's an enemy weak to win.
Let Kanji handle this.
3 enemies left. You can win this.
He doesn't have enough from... Oh no. Oh, it's...
Couldn't finish it.
Just wait it out a little bit.
Kanji's been
God
hit.
damn it,
Someone help
Kanji.
him.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, Kanji, wake up. I said wake up.
That is embarrassing. Let's swap back over to Kaguya so we can actually take advantage of Invigorate.
3 enemies left. You can win this.
Is the story real where you were called Jax in real life once? Yes, it legitimately is. We were I was just meeting a bunch of people and for the first time, and there was one person who couldn't remember anyone's names, right?
Electricity. Kanji's
So
dizzy.
she was like, okay, I don't remember any of your names, so I'm just gonna give you all random names based on what you look like. And she looked at me and was like, You look like a Jackson. I wanted to fucking kill myself. Worst day of my life.
Come on down.
All your bullshit got validated.
2 enemies down.
How do you
Take 'em out,
miss?
Here's some.
You piece of shit.
Kanji. You hit the enemy's weak
Now's our chance. My turn.
places, everyone. And action.
Like I'd say no.
Go! Knock them out!
Real time. I'm ready. You want a chest key? Ability up. Let's deal new cards. This is a dealt card, and then that means yeah, okay. Sweep. What's so bad about the name Jackson? It's not my name. It's that simple, you know? What do we not need? Get rid of Barrel. Alright, so yeah, we should just, we should probably head out and see if we can, get any more stuff done. Fusion room? Let's see. Emperor. Wrong. Can't make the Emperor. Can I make the Hermit? Or Habaki. Nope, I cannot make anything. What the fuck? What do you mean, how is it not my name? Because it's not my fucking name. I need to bust out a fusion calculator for this one. Otherwise, we might never get. What do I need for Okuni? For fusion. Phone is about to go out. Oh, that is sad. Ishi. See, what do we have here? MIL, Pyrojack, Rajanak, Body, Succubus, Rajanaga, Yamato, Butchie, Pale Rider, Dominion. So many different features. Alright, let's just look for the characters that we currently. That will probably be more. Oh. And the ones that I don't want to get. Uriel. Uriel on the list? No, okay, no Uriel fusion. Fine. Back in like 40 minutes. Alright, that's fine. Not Uriel. Not using home. I guess I'll use Loki. Maybe? A Loki. Nope, no Loki fusion. What about? Don't need. Let's check Belial. Not Belial. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Going just according to plan. We're keeping Masakato. What about Surt? No Surt! Or... Oh wait, it is multiple pages, so... This is not very helpful. Hold on. Let's start back at the beginning. Uriel. Okay, yeah, there are fusions. Uriel, and Gur. Can we make Gur of Jester? Can then. Hunger, I say. Just Satan Taisei. Okay. Aratami, Makoto, Yakusini, Bati, Principality, Legion, Principality, Frost, Ares, Matador, Incubus, the time, Ares, Ganga, Incubus, Power, Hype. So many different fusions. Alright, well, let's search for characters that we know. Let's search for Loki. No Loki? No Loki. Okay. Let's search for Belial. Belial. Let's search for Surt. Nope. Let's search for Erlinger. Erlinger. Nope. Melchizedek. Oh. No. And let's search for Thor. Nope. Okay, so Uriel is a bust. Cool. Good to know. Loki sheets. Okay, Loki is not involved in a single fusion. Cool. Very cool. What about Belial? There are. Ooh, Belial and Omoikane. Might be able to get Omoikane. Hold up. Or Omoikane. Hierophant. There's literally not a single Hierophant character that we can. Okay. What about Compendium? Because Omoikane is really low level, so we might be able to just buy him. Cheap enough. Omoikane, even that is too expensive for me. Motherfucker! Okay. Well, let's look for some fusions. See if we can get any of this out. No, you motherfucker. It's not going according to plan. It really isn't. Here, so we need... Alright, let's try. Assert. No. But Erlinger. Try Melchizedek. Let's try Thor. No. Okay. Dirt and Ghoul. I don't think we can make Ghoul. Jack. Ghoul is death. Alright. Nope, we cannot make Ghoul. That's a bug. Can we literally just not make this motherfucker? Because that's ridiculous. Erlinger. He's a deck. Nope. Okay. Erlinger. Nope. Thor. Any fusions here? Nope. Melchizedek and Thor? No. Thor? No. I've been misspelling Melchizedek this entire time. Hold on. Hold on. We might actually have a fusion here, and I've just misspelled it. No Uriel. What about... Oh wait, no, there were no fusions that evolved Loki. Belial. I'm trying to find a fusion that involves two of the personas that we already have. That way we can just one last thing and then. Surt Yerlinger and Soot. Here. Thor. Alright, yeah, there's literally nothing we can do. Okay, fuck it. I give up. What's the point in even trying to fuse anything, I guess? You know? Fuck me. Man. Oh. Alright, let's head back into here. Okay, so it's been an hour, right? And, we're just grinding at this point, so I think it might be time to just get into a little bit of politics. You know, have some fun. So, I guess the first thing I wanted to go over is the r/anti-work drama. My God, that is some tasty fucking drama. Holy shit! I don't know if any of you have are up. You know, have seen what's been going on, or like just know about r/anti-work, but I guess I'll fill you guys in also. It's starting to get a bit cold, so let me zip up my jacket. If it gets too cold, I might just have to take a 5-minute break while I let my while I turn on the heater and just let my room heat back up to like 80 degrees and then let it go. We've lasted for an hour, so that's pretty decent. Yeah, so anti-work, I guess I'll start by giving off a little bit of a backstory for the whole thing. So anti-work is a subreddit that was originally made for the labor movement, right? Just trying to get, you know...
You need to thin them out.
Well, okay, that's not entirely fair. I guess it's more fair to say that the anti-work subreddit crowd can be essentially divided into two groups. The first is what I would call work reformists, who, you know, they've seen how exploitative the current labor under the American capitalism is, and they essentially want some kind of change. Like, this might involve, you know, a higher minimum wage, better workplace conditions, you know, whatever it may be. They are in some form looking to reform the current structure of labor in America, or whatever country it may be, but being Reddit, it's... But being Reddit, it's gonna be mostly focused around the United States. These people, make no mistake, are based, and, Loki doesn't. So yeah. But no, but I'm not getting rid of Loki. Yeah, so these people are pretty based, you know? And, you know, within this group, you will find everywhere ranging from communist and socialist, you know, people who have read theory, to, more traditionally, culturally right-wing, like Midwest workers who typically vote Republican, but, one of their biggest issues are labor issues, which Democrats don't really talk about, you know, nearly enough. So, right, that's the first camp of the group, right? Workers who wish to improve their working conditions. Pretty based. The second camp is made up of a small minority of millennials and Gen Zers who live in a fantasy world. And take that name very literally. See, when I first heard about anti-work, I was like, I know what they're trying to say, but once again, the left massively fails with everything related to basic optics. Right? I mean, it's kind of like, I guess you could say the abolish the police movement, right? When someone says abolish the police, they are not saying we should not have a law enforcement, or at least most people aren't. Some are, don't get me wrong, but most people aren't saying we should have no form of law enforcement. No. Abolish the police either, for a lot of people, either means reform the police as an institution, right? Or abolish the police, but replace it with a different form of law enforcement that doesn't carry forth the institutional biases and discrimination perpetuated by the police force in America, right? That is the abolish the police movement isn't about having no law enforcement. It's really a reform movement. But of course, leftists being shit at optics just pick a name that makes it sound worse than it actually is. And that's why they get so much bad press. It's like, conservatives are great at hiding their true intentions, right? Calling anti-abortion positions pro-life is a masterclass in political propaganda. It really is. Because make no mistake, conservatives do not give a shit about life, okay? They don't give a shit about fetuses dying. They literally only care about, controlling women and making sex harder for people. Like, listen to them. They'll be like, well, there needs to be consequences. Why? Why must there be consequences for a harmless act which we can make harmless? You literally only want there to be consequences arbitrarily to punish people, specifically women, from having sex. It's ridiculous. Which is why, and so their position isn't pro-life. It's anti-choice, and that is what should be said. If you're ever talking with someone who is pro-life, don't call them pro-life. Literally, do not buy into their dementia. Make sure to refer them to what they actually are, anti-choice. Because for them to be pro-life would imply that you are anti-life, which makes no sense, because really, the anti-life position would be forced abortions. Yeah, you can be pro-life and pro-choice too. Like, you can wholeheartedly believe that abortions are wrong and that you would never have an abortion, yet still believe that people other than you should have the right to have an abortion. That is pro-choice. So you're not pro-life, okay? But yes, this is calling themselves pro-life instead of anti-choice is a great example of conservatives just being really good at disguising their disgusting beliefs as something much more palatable and marketable, right? It's kind of, again, how instead of the estate tax, a lot of conservatives try to push it as the death tax to, you know, invoke a sort of emotional reaction. But I digress. Conservatives are really good at optics, at hiding what they believe behind carefully crafted language that makes it seem less insane and batshit fucking fascistic as it actually is. Whereas lefties somehow manage to do the opposite. They specifically use language that drives normal people away. Because, like, if you tell a normal person, well, I think that the police institution is kind of corrupt and there needs to be some thorough reforms of the law enforcement system, they'll be like, yeah, that sounds fair. If you tell them, abolish law enforcement, abolish the police, let criminals run the streets, it invokes, you know, they're like, well, I'm not sure about that, you know? Again, the left really bad at optics. So I feel like the whole anti-work thing, let's go back to what we were originally talking about, is a product of that, right?
Careful, guys. Teddy's health is pretty low.
Most people, specifically most leftists who have read theory, understand that labor is essential to any kind of society, right? And
Last one. Go for
they want to, it's essentially labor reform, not anti-work. It's work reform. That's what they mean. They just call it anti-labor for, fuck, I don't know, because they're stupid.
Just say my turn.
But what anti-labor does, aside from creating this sort of false narrative and making normal people more hostile to the movement, is it attracts people who legitimately believe in the words anti-labor literally. As in, they legitimately just don't want to work, which, to be fair, not wanting to work is based. I don't want to work either. But no functional society can be built off of the concept of people don't have to work. People have to work. It's that simple. Unless we're talking about a hypothetical future, many centuries in the future, where we can automate basically all menial labor using robots, work has to be mandatory. There is no way around it. Because you can have a shadow in a golden box? I have never seen that. That's incredible.
Careful. It's immune to physical. This
But yeah,
enemy's weakness is light.
So yeah, as we go forward with this, let's keep in mind the fact that anti-work is that a lot of people in anti-work legitimately and wholeheartedly just want work reform. That's it. They're not trying to just, oh, me want to play video game all day, right? Okay? This is not the people we're talking about. The movement, which is over 1.5 million people strong, is about pushing back on shitty employment, bad wages, and just the current general state of labor in America. It's a great movement.
2 enemies down.
Optically, not the best. But there is that one group, that one small group, who really does want to just play Minecraft all day, right? So, the movement is, so keep that in mind going forward. So, back to the story. So the movement is growing, quite a bit, in fact. So, Fox News reaches out to the anti-work moderation team. Why can't I hit this guy? And they're like, yo, your movement's kind of big. You want to come on to Fox News and do an interview? Now, when the news first broke, the mods actually posted on anti-work and asked the community, should we do it? And the, unsurprisingly, the response was a resounding no. Pretty much everyone in the community was like, this is a terrible idea, okay? Like, as far as we know, no one here is trained in debate. They're not rhetorically gifted. And hell, Fox News is known for their gotchas and loaded questions. They're not an unbiased source, so going into that interview was more likely than not, gonna come off pretty badly. Did the mods listen to the people that they asked? No, they were like, yeah, fuck it, I'm sure I can do it. I can handle this. So, after saying, fuck it, the mods decided and made an announcement, we're gonna send one of our best on the interview. In fact, I think it was one of the original mods that started the subreddit, right? Doreen, I believe her name is, will be getting to her. But yeah, so, as a response, the sub was like, well, we didn't want this, but okay, at the very least, can you represent us well? Here, we'll give you a bunch of tips and stuff that you can and learn, right? So, before we go into this, right,
finish this one off.
let me make something clear. When you're going into a hostile platform like this, there are 3 things you need to keep in mind, right? First of all, they are going to lie through their teeth. You need to have data so that you can call out their lies effectively and factually and you know, expose them. Because if you can expose them as liars, that gives you so much to work with. So you need to have your facts and statistics down. You need to be well informed. You be able to counter their lies. Again, I'm just saying this as a sort of general thing. I've literally, I know the interview goes poorly, but I haven't actually listened to it, so I'm very excited. But yes, having the facts, that is one thing. The second, optics. Optics are huge, especially in this situation where you're going onto a hostile platform, right? You've gotta soften your blows. You can't just go in there and start calling people fascist and racist, even though I am 100% most sure most Fox hosts are both of those
It ain't
things.
going down.
But you can't just go on there and start calling them that, because guess what? Their audience is already sympathetic to them and not you. You are already the villain from the start. That is how you are portrayed, which is why you need to take extra effort to make yourself seem calm, rational, and reasonable. Hell, you don't even need to argue your points that much. As long as you just present your points and come off as a smart, reasonable individual, and they fail at ridiculing you, which is their end goal. Their end goal is to ridicule you and therefore your positions. If you can stop them from ridiculing you, and just you present your arguments rationally, you win. That is the #1 most important thing when going on to have a debate on a hostile platform with a hostile audience, right? And then the third thing, hold on. Okay, I forgot about the third thing. Fuck, I had this whole thing planned, now I forgot about, what was the third thing? Optics, facts. Okay, I've forgotten the third thing, but I mean, I may have actually. I think the third thing was quite similar to what I was saying about optics, so I may have just rolled them into one, and I'm just not remembering. But all right, whatever. We'll come back to that depending on how badly the interview, right? But yeah, optics. You can't just go in there spouting, you know, kill all cops, right? If you're going onto a Fox News interview, even if you are like the most ardent supporter of abolish the police, you can't just go on there and be like, oh yeah, I just want to murder cops, dude. No, you gotta be like, well, you see, as an institution, the police were originally established to capture escaped slaves, and this legacy continues as they enforce the Jim Crow, and if we actually take a look, there's a massive overlap between the Ku Klux Klan, right? You bring facts, you bring arguments, you come off as reasonable and logical, and, oh yeah, I remember what's the third thing. Concede points. If you, get caught on something, right? If they bring up some statistic, whether true or false, it could be completely fucking false. If they bring up a statistic and you don't have your own counter evidence to counter it, you aren't just like, well, that's false. Like, you can't do that, because then you'll just seem like you're ignoring facts, and that's what you don't want, so then this ties into the optics. So what you need to do is say, oh, well, that is really interesting. I haven't heard of those numbers before, but I will look into them. So, I haven't seen those numbers before, so I can't speak to their accuracy, nor can I comment on them, but I will look into them later on. It makes you seem smart, intellectual, like you're actually, you know, engaging in the marketplace of ideas, while also not fully conceding that they are right. You need to make sure to leave that breathing space that they are wrong, but also consider the fact that you are acknowledging the fact that they are data, and that you will treat them as possibly correct, right? That's really important. Knowing when to concede, especially when it comes to data, is very important. Know when to back off. Feel the audience. Feel what you're doing, and work from there. Is the interviewer being extremely hostile to you? Then that might be a sign that you can actually step it up and be hostile without coming off as unreasonable. Alternatively, if they're being extremely angry and emotional, you can actually flip that on them by staying calm and making them look unreasonable. Similarly, if they are being really nice and not that confrontational at all, if you get really dumb and confrontational, you come off as weak and emotional and not factually driven. Instead, just have a nice conversation. Disagree on the facts, give your arguments, but stay calm. Make it seem like you are legitimately enjoying talking with this person, like you're just talking with a normal person, trying to convince them you're not getting angry. That is huge, which again ties into... yeah, so the third point was really just a combination of the first 2 points, but it's also really important. But yes, that's the, that's all we need to do. So, that is my advice from anyone in this kind of situation. So now let's look at how the r/anti-work mod actually did. this should be good, because from what I've heard, and let me preface this by saying what I have heard, they took absolutely none of the advice that they were given to heart. They went into the interview wearing just casual clothes, having prepared absolutely no arguments, and having not even showered, allegedly. This is from what I hear. I'm not sure. I have not watched any of this interview, so we're gonna see my live reaction. It's pretty short. It's only like it's only about like it's like 3.5 minutes. But this should be golden. My God, hold up. Yeah, okay. So where should I play? I placed this down at the bottom. Yeah, I'll just put that box. Okay, cool. So yeah. Let's see how this goes. Let me check the volume first.
Over 1.6 million subscribers.
I think that's too low.
Joining me now is the person who operates this anti-work group, Doreen Ford. All right, so Doreen.
Okay. Yep. Okay, this seems good. Yes. Okay. So, let's start at the beginning. So yeah, I want to make it clear. Movements. The subreddit mods are not the leaders of a movement, right? This is something that the community made really clear. In the aftermath of what happened, and we'll go after the aftermath too. But just because the movement is 1,600,000 people who are fed up with their work life for one reason or another. The moderator's sole job is to moderate, to ensure that the discourse can progress in a civilized and rational manner without fucking people shouting slurs at each other and Nazis trying to do psyops, you know?
3 enemies left. You can win this.
That's the important thing. A moderator is simply there to facilitate discussion, right? Curate content, if you will. You know, get rid of trolls and that sort of thing. Just because they are a moderator does not make them a leader or representative of the movement, right? So let's just get that right out of the way, because that's very important to acknowledge, right? This person who's about to come on, Doreen, I believe, is not the leader of the anti-war. She is a nobody. She just happens to be a sweaty-ass Reddit moderator, and this, I think, should serve as a perfect example for why Reddit moderators should not be allowed to do anything, because Reddit mods are the scum of the earth. They're the worst. But yeah, anyways, let's go through this. So we start off with growth of anti-work Reddit page. Number of users since 2014. Anti-work Reddit has 1.6. God damn. So yeah, it's you can see there, it's basically exponential growth, which, I mean, it is huge. It is huge that this subreddit has grown this big, because it shows that there is really such a yearning in the American populations for this sort of work. I'm a bit thirsty. I have a half-drunk Pepsi that I'm gonna use. So yeah, anyways, let's I might actually have to turn down the game for this, because the interview is not that long. So let me actually just turn down the game. Down the game volume a little bit. Should be better off. Okay. Yeah. So that is basically flat. That was disgusting, but you know. Refreshing too. Yeah, let's go through this. Let's see what this Reddit mod has to say.
Over 1.6 million subscribers. And joining me now is the person who operates this anti-work group, Doreen Ford.
Okay, stopping it right off the bat. Doreen Ford does not operate. And yes, I got the name right. Doreen Ford does not operate this group. She simply moderates. She's not a representative of the group. She's not a leader of the group. She's just moderating. So here, again, you see the news anchor trying to paint this sort of like as she being the leader of the group. Because I suppose if she is the leader of the movement, right, hypothetically, and she gets destroyed on national television, which I'm sure the Fox host thinks he's about to do, which he will, just give it some time, you essentially destroy the whole movement, right? It's pretty straightforward. So, yeah, let's just get that out of the way. Not quite, but I suppose in this situation, she is representing the movement. Not really, no one actually asked her to represent the movement. She's just being a narcissist little bitch. But, you know, anyways, let's continue.
All right, so Doreen, why do you like the idea?
War against voting. Great framing, guys.
Being home, not working, but still getting paid by corporate America.
Yeah. So.
Okay, let me just. That is a fantastic question, Jesse. I mean, it's a stupid question, but I'll answer it for myself, I guess. The movement isn't about not working, even if the name is stupid. The movement is about work reform more than anything, right? It's people wanting better working conditions. Not about not actually working, but so that is already a completely loaded question. Just assuming, oh yeah, why do you not want to work? Or, like, you should probably start with, like, so what is the aim of your movement? Like, that would actually be a neutral question, but of course, Fox News is not a neutral platform. Like I said, this is a hostile platform. Everything is being framed to make you look crazy. You gotta work extra hard to make sure you don't, right? I mean, look at the tagline. The war on working. What the fuck? It's a reform movement. They're not even revolutionaries. And then you're like, so why do you want to stay at home all day and still getting paid for it, you know?
Couldn't finish it.
So, starting off, it's a loaded question that puts really negative framing on anything, but literally the answer here is, well, it's a stupid question, first of all, because I'm sure anybody on this planet, if you told them, you can stay home, not work, play video games all day, and we'll pay you, they would say, hell yeah. So it's not like, why do you want to... So the question you should be asking is not, why do you want to stay at home all day? It's like, no, you should be asking, how does that work? You should... Like, literally, the only right answer to this is like, well, who doesn't, Jesse? You know? I mean, after all, no one actually likes working. I'm sure you would love the opportunity of just sitting at home and getting paid, right? Everyone would. But, you know, that's not what I'm arguing. So, call out the fact that it's a loaded question, but also, you know, answer kind of jovially in the fact that, well, it's kind of a dumb framing because the vast majority of people would probably love the chance to not work and get paid for it anyway. So that's actually a really easy question to answer, but you need to answer it in two parts. You need to say yes, because it's a stupid question and anyone would want to do that, but then also deflect and explain that that's not what the movement is about. However, from what I've heard, it would, you know, and again, this is just what I've heard, it would appear that Doreen here is in the second camp that we were talking about earlier, the two camps, the ones that want to actually reform labor relations in America, and the camp that literally just wants to play Minecraft all day. From what I've heard, Doreen is in the Minecraft camp, which means this is probably going to end pretty poorly. So, let's see what Doreen's answer is and see if my concerns are justified.
So there's some misconceptions about the movement. So we're a movement where we want to reduce the amount of work that people feel like they're forced to do, and so we want to still put in effort. We want to put in labor, but we don't want to necessarily be in a position where we feel trapped. You know, you just quoted from Office Space, where that person feels very trapped in their job. I think we're calling for a society where there's less of that. But yeah, absolutely, people still want to do things. They just want to do things where they feel rewarded and they feel like they're in a good spot in their life, and that their job respects them and stuff like that.
Deviating,
you know,
now.
There's varying positions on the...
So Doreen, but you're...
Okay, all right, let's stop it there. So, actually a much better answer than I was expecting. I still think you could have actually, had a good moment by taking the piss out of him by, you know, pointing out how stupid that question is, because anyone would say that they would want that, but, anyways, yeah, it was a good start. That's not what the movement isn't about not working, it's about reform. Reducing the amount of work that people feel like they need to do. That's Well, it is true. The main issue with labor is the coercive aspect. I feel like there's probably a better way to frame that, you know? Like, rather than... I feel like you could talk about the whole... the idea that having to work to survive is inherently coercive, and... So... But I agree with the general sentiment, and I don't think it was presented too badly. I just think, yeah, it could have probably been framed a bit better, but that was, you know, being like, that's not what the movement is about. Actually, we want to, you know, reduce the coercive aspect of work. That, I think, would have, that, you know, it's a strong start. But then she goes on to talk about how people should feel rewarded and stuff, and I mean, I suppose, yeah, in an ideal world, people would only do work that is rewarding, and non-rewarding work would be left up to, you know, dumb robots. That's not the world we live in, right? There are some jobs that will never be rewarding, such as, for example, sewer cleanup. Please, go tell someone who is sniffing shit 24 hours a day how their work will be so much more rewarding if they're just not coerced to do it. Because the problem is, work is coercive, yes, but there are certain jobs that, for the time being, you have to coerce people into doing because they will literally never do voluntarily. So what we should so for right now, our focus should be on working to make work conditions more humane, more rewarding, sure, but only doing rewarding work is not the point, and it's a losing argument. So, honestly, quite a much better start than what I was expecting, but, not only, just gonna put this out there, this person, Doreen, looks like absolute. She really should have cleaned herself up for this. I mean, just look at this side by side. It's the living fucking Wojak meme, right? Like, you have Jesse Waters here with, like, the, you know, the jawline, the fucking combed over hair, the nice suit. They have Doreen looking like a real-life, the fucking, soy jack, you know? It's not a good look, and you can make the most compelling argument in the world, but you're still gonna get fucking raped, because, right, people don't actually care about arguments. That's something that's very, very important to understand, you know? Like, great example is the...
Someone finish this one off!
Nixon versus... Was it Nixon versus, Kennedy. Nixon versus Kennedy, yes. Okay, so, when Nixon ran against Kennedy, and Kennedy won, by the way, there was a debate that they had. Now, because this was in the, 1900s, and TVs were pretty new, the debate was streamed live, over television and over radio. In fact, it was like the first major presidential race that was largely televised, which is huge. Because, you see, people were polled after the debate to see who had won the debate. And the vast majority of people who listened to the debate on radio thought Nixon won. But the vast majority of people who watched the debate on television thought that Kennedy won. Because Kennedy was hot and Nixon looked like a fucking old man with cancer. Looks are extremely important. And a lot of political analysts do agree with the fact that the single reason why Kennedy won that presidential race was literally just because he looked better than Nixon did. Looks are huge in making an impression in the current society that we live in. So, which means if you're going on an interview to represent an entire fucking movement, you better, for the love of God, wear your best fucking clothes. And if you don't have a goddamn suit, buy one. Tailor fucking made. And you better fucking shower before that. Doreen is wearing a hoodie.
That enemy's weak to wind.
Doesn't look like she has combed her hair in a year. And I can't speak on to when's the last time she has showered, but considering she has put absolutely no effort into anything else regarding her appearance, I would assume not recently. So off to a, you know, horrible start, just because of her looks, but
I couldn't defeat it.
her first response is actually quite decent. Now Jesse is about to follow up with another loaded question, so let's see what that let's see what he's gonna bring to the table now. So let's back up a little bit.
And they feel like they're in a good spot in their life, and that their job respects them and stuff like that. You know, there's varying
job respect.
So Doreen, you're not being forced to work. This isn't slave labor. You've applied for a job. You've agreed to the terms and conditions of the employment, and you know you can walk away from that job at any time and quit. So I don't understand really what this is about, except it sounds like maybe people are just being lazy. Are you encouraging people to be lazy?
Okay. So this is the classic thing that people will say when you try to bring up arguments about work being interesting, being like, well, you're not forced to work. You're just, you know, you sign a contract and you do what's on the contract. It's not slavery. Isn't it though? I mean, think about it, right? What's the difference? Imagine you're a slave, right? You're at a plantation, and the slave master tells you, go work in the fields. You have two options. You can either go work in the fields, or you can get beaten and eventually killed for not working. Which means if you choose... So, I mean, technically slaves had the choice not to work. It just so happened that as a result of not working, they would receive severe physical pain and eventually death if they never capitulated, right? So that's the important thing. I mean, it's not like slaves were being mind controlled and their bodies were physically, like, incapable of refusing work, right? It's the fact that it was work or die, right? And I think most people would agree with the fact that if someone holds a gun to your head and is like, work or die, that is coercive, right? But what people don't understand is the fact that if you don't work and you starve, that's basically the same thing. I mean, sure, you have the option not to work, just like a slave would. But if you don't, you will suffer great pain through hunger, because you won't be able to afford food, and you will eventually die of starvation or, you know, if it's the winter, lack of shelter, hypothermia. So, while it's not a person holding a gun to your head, it's still coercion because it's work or die, right? I mean, you gotta think about this from a consequentialist perspective, right? Is there really a difference between someone holding a gun to your head or not if the end result is the same, right? Like, and I mean, it's Vosh's Coconut Island analogy, right? Which I think is pretty good, right? Or another one, right? I think this one is the one that Sam Cedar actually, right? And I actually like it quite a bit more. If you're hiking with someone and, you know, the ground beneath them gives way and they're about to fall off a cliff, but they manage to hold onto a branch, right? So they're holding onto a branch, you're on solid ground, and they, you know, that branch is about to give way. So they're like, please help me up. And you tell them, you got any money on you? And they're like, what the fuck? I mean, yeah, I do. Give me $100. What? Give me $100, otherwise I'm not helping you, right? I mean, sure, you're not actually, like, pushing them off the ledge, but it's pay you or die, right? I mean, like, you don't get much of a choice here. It's the same concept. Coercion doesn't just take the form of someone holding a gun to you, okay? And that is a very important distinction to make, and it's something very clear, and you need to have a good analogy for that, because people won't, you know, you need to be able to picture that situation. So, you know, Sam Cedar's cliff analogy is good, Vosh's Coconut Island analogy is good, although I would recommend not using an analogy about dick sucking on national television. Again, the whole optics thing. But, you know, you need, this is again where you need to have counter arguments prepared, because this is a classic thing that they will hit you with. You need to know how to counter this argument because of how common it is. In fact, you should be able to counter it with your eyes closed without having to even think about it because of how fucking common it is. Right? And you need to be able to explain pretty convincingly how the current state of work in America can be considered coercive. and how it's not really much different from being a slave. Really, you're slaves of capital. That's what it is. So, I mean, it's the classic counterattack, and you need to be able to deflect it. You need to have your... Because, like, yeah, sure, you can't be prepared for everything, right? You will get blindsided. There will be, you know, certain things that you just... You know, there will be certain things that you just don't know, right? And that you'll have to come up with on the spot. But you should be able to minimize this, because when something really common comes up, you know, you should know how to defend. So, extremely common argument that pretty much anyone on the left, especially someone who knows they're about to go into a debate, should know. Let's see, let's back up a little bit and see how Doreen handles this. This one is a softball. Again, these two questions, they have been loaded, and they have been, you know, biased, but they have been pretty fucking, like, easy to deflect. Like, really easy softball. So let's see how Doreen handles it.
Sounds like maybe people are just being lazy.
Sounds like people are just being lazy. Again,
lazy?
So I think laziness is a virtue in a society where people constantly want you to...
There we go. That is the that is the one clip. Well, I haven't seen the clip, but ooh, that is the one line I had been spoiled on before watching this. Woo! Laziness is a virtue. Yeah, and this is the moment the entire interview is lost. You can't come back from this. You literally can't. There's nothing you can do. You could just give the most compelling argument for Marxian economics right now, and it would not matter. You know why? Because you've just told everyone that you are lazy and that you think being lazy is good, and specifically to a group of Republicans, right? The people whose whole thing is like, you shouldn't be lazy. You really think that's gonna get them on your side? No, it's just gonna make you look like an idiot that they should not take seriously at all. So now the entire Republican audience has stopped listening to you and will now not take in any arguments that you make, no matter how good they are. So, I mean, it's incredible. It really is, because Doreen was actually doing fine. Well, I mean, it was still a losing interview, but at least, right, her argument, her response to the first question was decent. But with one line, right, laziness is a virtue. 4 little words. She has not only destroyed any goodwill that her interview has generated up to this point, she has completely destroyed her chances for the rest of the interview, and she has taken down a 1.6 million strong movement with her. It is incredible, if you ask me. Laziness is a virtue. It's just, it's the classic fucking, you know, like, it's the millennial who doesn't want to work. That's how she's coming across right now. She's not coming across as some well-educated intellectual who wants to talk about, you know, how work is coercive and, you know, working conditions in current America is really bad. No. Laziness is a virtue. She comes off as like she just wants to play Minecraft all day. Again, really bad way to start us off, but nevertheless, let's see, maybe she'll have some way to twist laziness as a virtue into a competent answer, but let us see.
Just being lazy? Are you encouraging people to be lazy?
So I think laziness is a virtue in a society where people constantly want you to be productive 24/7, and it's good to have rest. That doesn't mean you should be resting all the time or not putting effort into things that you care about. But I think one of the...
What do you think is like a good work day? How many hours?
Okay. Okay, at least she didn't leave it at just laziness as a virtue and leave it off there, which I think some people may have. At least she actually presented an argument for it. But it's still not good. Like, laziness is a virtue in a situation where people are constantly expecting you to put an effort. I mean, that's essentially just contrarianism. Like, laziness is a virtue just because people don't like it. It's like, yeah, in a society where everyone expects you to be active all the time, it is good to have rest. And a mentality that facilitates rest is a good mentality to have. That's not laziness, though. It's not lazy to think, well, you know, maybe we shouldn't work 20 hours a day like they did back in the 1800s, right? I mean, would you call striking miners lazy in the Industrial Revolution because they didn't want to work like 16 hours a day? No. That's completely fucking reasonable. So, again, it's very important to come off as reasonable with all of your arguments, right? So, it is good to have rest, but you can't call that lazy because lazy is an inherently negative term. You cannot use the word lazy positively. You just can't. So, don't frame yourself as lazy. You gotta say, no, I don't think it's lazy to want to have a little bit of rest. I mean, after all, would you call striking miners lazy in the 1800s, right? The same shit that I literally just said, but frame it in a more, you know, rhetorical sense, right? But just say, but calling it laziness already, again, discredits your entire argument. Then on to, the second part. She talks about how people should... hold on, it's slipping my mind. Let's just watch that.
That doesn't mean you should be resting all the time or not putting effort.
That doesn't mean you should be resting all the time. Fair.
Into things that you care about, but I think...
Or putting effort into things that you care about.
One of the
what do you think is...
Okay, this is, again, a huge failure. On her part. I wonder if that's weak. Yes. I like her throwing in the line of, it doesn't mean you should never put in any effort, right? You do need to put in effort. But then that's completely gotten rid of by the fact that she then says, and I believe that people should be, you know, put effort to the... Fuck, what was her wording again? Sorry. I'm sleep deprived
people
right
constantly want you to be productive 24/7, and it's good to have rest. That doesn't mean you should be resting all the time or not putting effort into things that you care about.
Yes,
but
not putting effort into things that you care about. So she specifically says, not that you shouldn't be putting effort in, you know, working and, you know, making a living. No. It's, you shouldn't be putting an effort. You shouldn't put any effort to things that you don't care about. You should only be putting an effort to things you do care about. No, I'm not sure if this is what she actually means by this. I'm not sure if she's legitimately saying you should only put an effort to things that you care about, but it's how she comes off, right? If she means this, she is a fucking idiot. If she doesn't, she needed to word that so much better, because again, this is making it, the impression that I'm getting is I only want to put an effort into things that I care about, not the things that I actually need to do to live, right? Which is not a good impression. Damn it, we lost the plot. So, I mean, it's just an issue because you can't just be like, oh, the thing I care about, because there are things that people will never care about. Like I said, cleaning out sewers. You will never meet a person who cares about, you know, rolling around in shit all day to clean out a sewer. Yet it's a job that needs to be done. Society can't function without it. We would have another Black Plague, you know? It's a job that needs to be done, yet people don't want to do it. So that presents a very interesting dilemma. If you just let people only do the jobs that they want, then a lot of works that need to be done won't get done. And if you force people to do the jobs that need to get done, then a lot of people won't get to just do what they care about. Which a lot of people would consider that a sort of moral evil. And you need a balance between, because both positions cannot be reconciled. You cannot, you know, if everyone, like, so to hold, or at least seem like you hold the position that you should only do the work you care about is inherently losing. Just straight out the gate, right? So, not a great, so that was a really bad response. That response, I don't care if she, like, becomes a modern day Frederick Engels at the latter part of this interview, that response single-handedly makes this a loss, and a really big one at that, because now she just looks like an entitled child.
You in a society where people constantly want you to be productive 24/7, and
Let's see what
it's good
Jesse
to
has
have
to say.
rest. That doesn't mean you should be resting all the time or not putting effort into things that you care about. But I think one of the
what do you think is like a good work day? How many hours is you know, a solid work day in your ideal society?
Sure. I mean, I think as much.
How many hours? Okay, so this is an interesting question, because the work days in America are really interesting in that a lot of times you are paid for your time, not for your work, right? Two employees who both work 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, I mean, or I don't know, let's say 5 days a week, but one employee does twice as much work as the other. If they were getting paid the same hourly wage, then they're getting the same amount of money, even though one of them is, you know, doing a lot more than the other. You know, and this is the case with a lot of cases, like, it's why you shouldn't try to finish your work early when you're at work, because a lot of workplaces have a rule where if you finish your job, all your, like, work early, like, you literally have no work left to do, you're still not allowed to leave or just goof off. Like, work should be based off of the fact that, like, okay, these are the things you need to accomplish. Get them finished by the end of the day. If you finish early, you can go home early, or you can stay and fucking do whatever the fuck you want, right? But the idea that people need to be working 8 hours a day for them to be productive is backwards and not based on any kind of fact. And stupid above all else, and I hate stupidity. So I don't think there is a certain amount of hours that people should be working, right? I think it should depend on what work they're doing. Some people work longer hours, some people work less. It's just, you know, and like the whole idea of having to show up to a company and just sit at a desk for hours, what's the point? I mean, like, take a lot of computer science jobs. The pandemic has showed us that a lot of jobs, especially in the computer science field, can be done perfectly well from at home. And then once you're done with your quote for, you know, what you need to get done for the day, then you can just be done, right? It's a meritocracy in the best sense of the word. Yeah, you need to work to live, sure, but if you finish your work early, then that means you can, you know, if you work harder, get everything done early, then you get more free time. That actually seems like a pretty cool system that has, you know, an essence of meritocracy who reward people for harder work, while also reducing the amount of hours that people are going to be working. The idea of mandating a specific workday, like, oh, you have to work 8 hours or you're not getting paid, is stupid and counterproductive, honestly. So that's how you respond to that, right? It's a nuanced answer rather than just giving a number, because if you give a number here, you're fucked, because I'd like to work 0 hours a day, but if I give that answer, I'm gonna look like an idiot. So let's see what Doreen has. See what Doreen has.
Is you know, a solid work day in your ideal society.
Solid work day. Depends.
Sure. I mean, I think as much as people want. I mean, I personally work. I have like a 20-25 hour work weeks, which I think is fairly good. So I would like less work hours.
Oh my god, you can see Jesse smirking. He knows that he's winning this shit on. He is. My god, I never thought I'd be saying, yep, Jesse Waters won this debate. Motherfucker. These are words I never wanted to utter, but here I am. Yeah, so the issue with this, people should work as much as they want. Then that's the equivalent of them not working at all, right? I mean, if you can just work as much as you want, then what stops you from working 0 hours? To be like, well, you need to work a minimum of so much hours. Well, then it's not however much, right? So it's a dumb, nonsensical answer that I think is revealing the fact that either Doreen is just misspeaking for every single answer, or she legitimately just believes that people should be able to just work like a couple of hours a day and then play Minecraft the rest. Just, oof. Not a good look. Not a good look. Also, what did she say? Her work week is 25 hours? What? Like, if we assume 7 days a week, right? Because I don't know, you know, how many hours she, how, you know, she takes days off. So, let's say 7 days a week, right? 25 hours? That is less than 4 hours a day. That's ridiculous. You want to just cut work hours? Like, the average is, you know, like right now we have the, 8-hour work days. You want to cut that down by half? That's insane! More than half, actually. Like, literally. Like, well, I agree that work should be based on how much work you can actually do, not how much time you just spend sitting at a desk. To just completely make it just people just work 2 hours a day. Like, the economy cannot sustain itself like that. We will literally, everyone will die off because no one will get done. The sewers won't get cleaned. Fucking nothing gets done. She just wants to play Minecraft all day. And she's willing to take down the entire left to do so. It's incredible.
And what do you do, Doreen?
Oh, I'm a dog walker.
Oh no, that's the other line I was spoiled for. I'm a dog walker. Ah, why? Dog walker. She is a living soy jack. It's incredible. Laziness is a virtue. People should be able to work whatever hours they want. I personally only work, and I only work 25 hours a week as a dog walker. Why would you say that? Why? Again, this person is completely disconnected from, like, it's not even, like, you can't even sympathize with her. She's not even, like,
it's a no-brainer. I'm sure you'll win.
She's not even a fucking, like a factory worker who's, like, working 40 hours a week, fucking black smoke filling their lungs. They're gonna die at 30 from cancer. She walks dogs for a living and, like, 25-hour work week? Come on. She might not have much money, but when it comes to labor, she is undeniably privileged. You know? She works less hours than probably Jessie does! And that's saying a lot considering all the Fox hosts are fucking lazy-ass, fucking spoiled children.
It's so stubborn.
It's incredible! This is the person representing the movement made of, like, it's such a stereotype. Like, the person arguing for these things should either be a, well-studied academic, someone like Noam Chomsky, who is, like, well-respected, and, he's just very smart, and on his office very smart. Or it should be, if you want someone who's just like the common person, it should be like a down-to-earth worker, like a coal miner, who actually, faces a horrible work life and wants to make it better. And, like, the people in Fox News the people who watch Fox News, these Republicans can actually sympathize with. He looks just like a spoiled brat who just wants to play Minecraft all day and has, like, a nonsensical... She is a living stereotype of what conservatives think young people are like. Which is why when she comes on here and spouts all this ridiculous nonsense, of course it comes off like she's just a spoiled brat who no one should listen to. Because when conservatives picture someone from the subreddit anti-work, this is what they picture. We're not changing their minds for the better here, we're just proving them right. But, my god. My god.
Dog walker. Okay.
Yes.
And how?
So
how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Sure, I'm 30.
You're 30. Okay. And is there something you want to do besides being a dog walker? Do you aspire to do anything more than dog walking, or is that kind of your pinnacle?
Well, he was like, was that your pinnacle? My god, Jessie is absolutely destroying this poor woman!
This one's very weak.
This is a murder live on television. I don't think you could show that kind of thing. Here we are. My god. Just...
This one's very...
What are you doing?
Kanji's been hit.
again, Jesse knows his audience. He knows just how to exploit what she's saying to make her look like even more of an idiot. Like, this is a tag team. They're both shooting herself, you know? Like, that one clip of the guy who's shooting himself, and then there's a guy behind him pointing a gun at him. Right, that's Jesse Walker's, and then her shooting herself as well. It's incredible how badly this is going. Holy shit. So yeah, 30 years old, dog walker. Jesse doing an absolutely fantastic job of making her seem like an entitled cunt, which, I mean, to be fair, she probably is, but he's obviously blowing it out of proportion to, you know, make her seem stupider and make the audience side with him more, which is, you know, smart debate on his part, even if it is scummy, you know. Rhetorically speaking, he's being able to use the situation very well to his advantage, although, to be fair, retarded chicken could probably twist this situation to his advantage if he was the Fox News host here. So, you know, but, my god. This could be a very bad question for Doreen. Because, again, another thing that's really prevalent within right-wing culture is the idea that, oh yeah, you're working a shitty-ass job, but that's because, you're saving up money and you're aspiring to, you know, to then, you know, get a degree and then go over a better job or get a promotion or start your business, right? It's all about grinding until you're able to make it, right? Something that the right hates is the idea of complacency, because if you're meant to just stay in your line of work all your life, and let me just say, most people stay in their line of work for most of them, right? Social mobility is much less than it's made out to be. So you have to keep that in mind, right? The Fox host is trying to essentially make her out to be not only as lazy, but lacking ambition, which is something that conservatives love. They love ambition, probably more than like anything else. So if she is just like, yeah, no, I love being a dog walker. First of all, it's gonna, again, make her look like just a spoiled brat once again. Bad optics. But it's also just gonna make all the actual conservative, like, worker conservatives hate her, because they're like, what the fuck? This fucking chick is out here being a dog walker 25 hours a week and getting Fox News interviews with my favorite man-child, Jesse Waters. I want to suck his cock, but I can't. And she can on live on air and get fucking pinned, fucking get fucked by him. I want to get fucked by him in the ass. But you see, I'm just a mine worker. I'm working 40 hours a day. I'm gonna die 30 from lung disease because of all the fucking coal I keep inhaling. And I get paid like $3 an hour. And she's out here working a 25-hour work week, walking dogs, and she thinks she's better than me. She thinks she deserves to work less and work treats her unfairly. What the fuck? What the diddly dog thinking dairy fuck this is? You know, like that's what people are thinking as they're watching it. It's so disconnected from reality. It's literally just, she is, again, the stereotype of the liberal elitist, talking about how, oh my god, yes, work is so bad. I really do hate leading my feminist pottery class. Meanwhile, there's just fucking coal workers with, like, you know, holes in their fucking lungs being just staring at, like, yeah, cool. Sure you have it bad, sis. Right? My god.
One enemy to go. Keep it up.
It's so disconnected from reality. It's incredible.
You hit the enemy.
You know? Doreen voted for Hillary Clinton. I can assure you that much. Well, if she was even old enough to vote in 2016, which... Oh yeah, she's 30, so she was. Yeah, okay. Actually looks younger than me. But whatever. My god. Yeah, so Jesse is, again, trying to paint her as just lazy, stereotypical person who hates working, and my god is he doing a good job at it. Not because he's competent, mind you, Jesse Waters is an idiot, but because Doreen is somehow even dumber than that, you know? And didn't prepare for any of this, even though this is all just like softballs that are being thrown at it. Wind repel. Ooh. Who's weak to wind? Is it Teddy? I think it's 10. No, he's immune to lightning. Or is it? It's kanji. Okay, so he gets that. Wind repel. That is beautiful. So now we've got, I think, we have no weaknesses on the team, which is huge. So yeah, again, and you can see how happy Jesse is that this is going so easily. He's probably used to people that he brings on actually doing some kind of pushback, but my god. Like, he's not even doing that much work. He's just hanging her the rope, and she's hanging herself. My god, this is it's like a Shakespearean play. It's like fucking Othello.
Fairly good. So I would like less work hours.
And what do you do, Doreen?
I'm a dog walker. Work weeks, which I think is fairly good. So I would like less work hours.
I would like less work hours after working 25 hours a week as
a dog walker.
As a dog walker. Fucking ridiculous. Okay. My god, so disconnected.
And how?
Yeah. So
how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Sure, I'm 30.
You're 30. Okay. And is there something you want to do besides being a dog walker? Do you aspire to do anything more than dog walking, or is that kind of your pinnacle?
I love working with dogs. If I had to do this for the rest of my life, you know, I wouldn't be super complaining. You know, dogs are wonderful animals. But I would love to teach. I would love to, work with people and stuff like that.
What would you teach, Doreen?
Oh no, Jesse, you can't do her like that. The way he said teach. He's smirking. He's trying not to laugh. This person could not teach a barn how to be read. My god. If I had her as a professor, I would kill myself. Like, look at him. He's like, teach. He's trying his hardest not to burst out laughing. Teach. He's so shocked by that answer.
Work with people and stuff like that.
What would you teach, Doreen?
What would you teach?
Philosophy mostly.
Philosophy.
Just instruction of philosophy, critical thinking.
No, not philosophy. She probably can't even define the word philosophy. Philosophy. She's gonna teach This is incredible. This is actually just one of the greatest interviews ever put to film. I've never seen someone commit suicide on air so beautifully. And look at Jesse. He's having the time of his life. Like, he's an idiot, sure, but even he's smart enough to realize that after this horrible performance, to be honest, I don't even know if she realizes how badly she's doing, because from what I heard, she was super conceited before going in. Like, she even made a Patreon and shit, like thinking that she was gonna go viral and be fucking working class hero or something. So she came in expecting to absolutely demolish this interview, and I honestly can't tell if she legitimately thinks she's winning right now. Because why would you say that? If you know you're losing so badly, to say, I want to teach philosophy is so bad. So either she's dumber than I realize and doesn't realize how stupid that makes her sound, or she legitimately thinks she's actually doing good, and I don't know what makes her dumber. So, I don't know, man. Is this a PSYOP? Is this the CIA? Is she a CIA plant? No, it can't even be that, because, even a CIA plant would at least make it more convincing than this! If she was a CIA plant, she's not hiding it very well, my god! I don't think the CIA is this good, you know? At just fucking, destroying a movement. My god.
I would love to, work with people and stuff like that.
What would you teach, Doreen?
philosophy mostly. Just introduction to philosophy,
He's
critical
so
thinking,
happy.
reason, stuff like that.
Okay.
He's laughing.
Well, I would love to take your class, Doreen. I would just be taking notes the whole time, and you know what? A professor's a very similar schedule than something that you're imagining. So I think that actually might work perfectly for you. Listen, I think this might not be the greatest idea, but who am I to judge? To each their own, they say. It's a free country.
Sure.
Not everything's free,
you know.
but it is a free country. Thank you so much. We got to run. We got to pay the bills.
All right, we're done here. My God, that was incredible. Woo! That interview gives me life. That was so bad. It was like, that was so cringy, man. But my God, that ending was so bad. Philosophy teacher, and then Jesse's just laughing his ass off, being like, yeah, I'd love to take your class. He knows exactly what he's doing. He just handed her the rope, and she hung herself from it. Hell, she didn't just hang herself from it. She drew and quartered herself. It was what she did to herself would fall under the Geneva Convention. It was so bad. Get a fucking EMT in here. My God, we need a medic. That was something else, I have to say. I don't even know what to say. I mean, this person prepared absolutely nothing, clearly, since she couldn't even properly answer the most basic right-wing talking points that anyone who's having any kind of discussions on this should know by fucking heart by now. It's just... And she's such a bad person to do this with, because, like imagine, like, this would sound so much more reasonable if it was, like, some gruff fucking coal miner, and when Jesse was like, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 40. And then he's like, what do you do? I mine coal. Fucking 60 hours a week. That my family doesn't starve. And what do you aspire to be? Well, I'd, always wanted to start my own business. My parents used to run a candy store. We had to sell it during the Great Recession, 2008. And, now I'm forced to work coal, but I don't think I'll ever be able to manage that. I can't, I'm losing money. I'm in debt. I don't make enough money to pay my house and pay the bills and save. I can't save anything. I won't be able to retire. I'll die working in the... Well, like, I feel like that would go a long way to make the situation a lot more relatable to the Fox News audience and make the person seem like someone with legitimate grievances, as opposed to Doreen, who is the very definition of someone with privilege, who has no right to be complaining about how much she is working. Oh, I can acknowledge, because I'm also in a position of privilege, I don't work, which is why you won't see me talking about how the fucking work on Fox News, talking about how the work week is too fucking long and I can't do it. Fucking dog walker wanted to be a philosophy teacher. Oh my God. She probably learned about dialectical materialism from non-compete and Luna Oi. That's incredible. So, the fallout. As a result of this, the people in Anti-Work were fucking livid. They were so mad. They were like, the mods don't represent us! Which, fair enough, they don't. And of course, the mods, being fucking bitches, deleted everything and made the sub private. What a fucking... What an end to this drama. Making the sub private to escape criticism. It's incredible. I mean, I don't know about the other mods, but at least Doreen, she is nothing more than a spoiled fucking brat. How has she destroyed this movement so thoroughly? So, obviously, you got the people who believed in the anti-work movement, like, just livid. You got the mods in damage control mode, and, like, I'm pretty sure, like, she just has, like, keeps using different fucking, like, alternate accounts to try to defend herself on the subreddit, but then everyone keeps figuring it out that it's her alt accounts, so then they'll be like, dude, this is literally your alt, and she'll be like, no it isn't, then the account will never will, like, literally go dark, and a new account will show up, and, like, everyone will know. Like, it's incredible.
Still ticking.
I don't know, man. How can you do this so badly and then think that you should be a philosophy teacher? I never thought in my life I'd have to say, whoa, Jesse Waters won this interview. But he won, and it was a landslide. It's incredible. Oh, no. So yeah, then of course you have the people on the left who were against, who thought that anti-work was, you know, bound to fail, who were just laughing their asses off. Since, that's me, by the way. I mean, I'm kind of halfway, like, I think anti-work had a lot of potential, which is why I'm kind of sad by it, but at the same time, when I heard about the interview, I knew this is exactly how it was gonna go out, how it was gonna, you know, how everything was gonna play out, and so I was just prepared to just laugh my ass off. Ooh, kind of points. Pretty nice, but we're not taking. So, what a day to be alive.
It's level up time.
This is actually just, it is the greatest interview I've ever watched. It's so good. Just in 3 minutes, we packed so much. Really good. Really good. Whoever, if it is a psyop, if the CIA was behind this, whoever wrote her character, give them a fucking raise. I was thoroughly entertained. Here's a clap to you, CIA officials, writing this character and planting her on the mod team. Great fucking job. This might be your best work since Pinochet. Really, I mean, truly, I am impressed. You have my approval. My God, what a fucking disaster.
Be careful. There's an ice-immune enemy.
Well, yeah, I think we're done with this topic. I mean, covered it pretty thoroughly. Although, from what I hear, apparently they did 2 other interviews, including with the New York Times, but they haven't been published yet. I'll probably go over them once they come out because this was fun as fuck, you know. But yeah, we're done here. I guess I'll just say, I am, you know, live streaming this over on my channel, Team Buster, where I play video games with my friends right now, playing through Persona 4, Apollo Justice's Attorney, and Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. So, and I always stream like once or twice a week, so if you want to check that out, I encourage you to go check out the channel. Right, if you're watching this on the Politics channel, I encourage you to go check that out.
Oh, this isn't good.
Similarly, if you were watching the stream, I have a politics channel, which I'll end up linking in the description at some point, where I upload clips of me talking about politics, like this one. If you want to see some more of that type of stuff, that's where you go. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll be I guess this is it for the clip port. Let's get back to the game. Honestly, I might end this.
Please help her.
I really wanted to talk about the anti-work stuff, which was my main, like, motivation about all that shit. Because I really wanted to react to that, like, live on camera, which meant I was holding off on watching a bunch of videos that I really wanted to watch, like Bosch and Dylan Burns, their takes on it, because I know they'll be hilarious. But I haven't been able to watch those because I wanted to leave my live reaction camera. So. But now that that's done, I can actually go ahead and watch. Very happy. So yeah, I think we're actually, yeah. Let's go to level 75, which should be one more fight. I've been wondering why I haven't leveled up yet. Guess we're just on the cusp. Yeah, let's go to level 75 and then check to see if we have any fusions available, and then we'll leave it there. My god, that was incredible. That was true. There's some other topics I wanted to talk about today, like changing the race of characters. Right? Like, because in the new Batman movie, fucking Jim Gordon is going to be black, and a lot of people are mad about that, so I wanted to talk about that. I also wanted to talk about trans women in sports, which I have the greatest argument in favor of that. But that'll have to wait for another episode, simply because of the fact that I've just been getting destroyed with work this week. But I'm also trying to get ahead of work for this upcoming week. So hopefully, either this week or this upcoming weekend, I'll be able to just be more energetic, and be actually able to stream for a bit longer. Because I know these past 2 streams that I've done have only been like 2 hours, which is shorter than I usually do. I usually like 3 hours at least, but I just don't have the energy in me to do that. So, you know, leave that for. Yeah, we'll just finish up here, end it, and then we'll come back next week. You know? I need to get back into my weekly schedule. That'll definitely help.
I'll get strong too.
All right, 75. Let's. Get out of here. Your branch. Okay. First of all, let's save. So now when we go back in, we'll be able to, yeah, just continue from the last. But yeah, we just need to keep power, I guess. See what we can make. Just out. Alright, looks like there's not much we can do. Yeah, I guess we're leaving this here. This was Persona 4 with a nice side helping of politics. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe if you're tired. Yeah, thanks for watching. Later.